While Kenyans were marching on the street, struggling with high taxes, police brutality, and a collapsing economy, your president was thinking of going to London, thinking of shaking hands with the very people who once colonized this nation. Now, they call it a strategic partnership, but what they don't tell you is that it is not a partnership. It's a modern day recolonization, now already signed, sealed, and stamped by William Ruto himself. The one thing that is in every Kenya's mind is,
for all these, what did we give in return? What is the UK gaining from all this? Why don't they tell us?
Let's look into that.
Congratulations on this. I think this is a wonderful moment for our two countries.
So do I. I think it allows us to go even further and shows the ambition that we have.
You see, on July 1, 2025, President William Ruto met with the UK's newly elected Prime Minister to launch the UK-Kenya Strategic Partnership for 2025 to 2030. On the surface, it sounds great.
And we are being told that by 2030, the UK will equip 2.5 million Kenyans with digital skills. The UK will invest 1.5 billion euros in Kenya. The UK will mobilize 32.3 billion Kenya shillings to fund capital market financing. The UK will support Nairobi Railway City at 11.5 billion Kenya shillings. So both countries are going to mobilize 200 million euros for green financing. The UK is also going to finance tech at 100 million euros.
But on the other hand, this is what they don't tell you, that there's no public consultations on this. There was no parliamentary approval, and there was no full disclosure of the MOU when going into these deals. And someone might ask themselves, how is that a problem? Simple. Kenya is borrowing money, signing deals, and giving foreign corporations access to land, systems, and contracts, all without any transparency or accountability.
Because from what I can see, these seem to be PPP deals. Can't allow deals to be signed without oversight, without being consulted. And we're talking about the same UK that is pushing draconian policies. And when they talk about deepening collaboration on AI and emerging technologies, which capacity do we have? Kenyans, I'm going to tell you this again. We can do these things on our own.
As of today, Kenya's public debt has surpassed 11.1 trillion. Yes, I said trillion, not billion, trillion. We now spend more money servicing debt than funding education, healthcare, and security combined. The UK deal adds to this pile. And just like with China and the IMF, we take the loan, UK companies get contracts, the money leaves our economy, and taxpayers pay for decades.
This country has borrowed so much, the calculator said, please seek financial counseling. That's roughly 220,000 for every single Kenyan, yes, including that baby who was born in Kericho. He owes money. He came into this world already in overdraft.
It is the same story. Right now, British contractors are already eyeing the Nairobi Railway City and affordable housing programs. But local Kenyan farms, those ones are locked out. And even the worst part is, we never see the value of the money.
Our question is, 6.4 minus 1.3, 5.1 trillion. Where did this money go to? Many people have argued that as a country, we are not supposed to pay this amount of money because in one way or another, it never benefited Kenyans directly.
Jimmy Wanjigi has warned Kenyans for years that our debt burden is not just high, it is immoral.
This current government, in the last 1 year, the borrowings that are on the budget are 351 billion shillings. Foreign and external loans. William Samoei Ruto has gone to borrow 1.8. All right? Which is roughly 1.5 trillion above what is in the budget. Who gave him that permission? Who gave the Treasury that permission? And anything you do not do that is lawful means that you are doing criminality.
This is what he asks.
6.4 trillion we did not need, is not lawful, because it's not lawful and never came to us. They cannot show us what that money did.
Okay.
On any budget, they cannot show us.
Jimmy.
And that is what you now call odious debt.
And most importantly,
now, we are paying heavily for this that never came to our benefit.
in other words, when Ruto signed secret deals in London, we the people foot the bill, but never see the reward. That's odious debt, and that's economic colonization.
What is the UK gaining from all this? Why don't they tell us? Are we giving our port somewhere? Are we giving part of our sovereignty somewhere? Are we giving part of our land for an extra land for their army? What is the UK getting from this? What are we giving them?
So here's what that strategic partnership might really cost. Access to Kenyan data and security systems. Now, migration and cybersecurity agreements could allow UK agents to access our border, biometric and immigration systems. Number 2, privatization of national assets. Ruto is already selling stake in Kenyan KPLC and Kenya Pipeline. What if this deal fast-tracks that handover to a UK-based company? Number 3, control of infrastructure. Just like how China took control of ports in other countries, UK investors could soon own major transport or power projects in Kenya if we default. And lastly, political influence. The UK gains soft power from this partnership, and Ruto gets credibility in the West, especially with the way this country is running.
Whatever is happening here is very interesting because we're seeing a group of what we could refer to as gangs and goons using clubs, and they're beating someone right in front of police officers.
These are not theories. This has happened before, and it is happening again, just this time more quietly.
Correct. This is what you call a massive Ponzi scheme. And this Ponzi scheme is our chain. It is our chain. It is our slavery chain, our modern day slavery chain. And until we yank it off, you're going to see no change in this country but pain.
So this is no diplomacy. This is the slow resale of Kenya to the highest bidder. We are no longer under colonial rule, but with every handshake, every secret MOU, William Ruto is leasing our future back to our former masters. Our debt is not just financial, it is immoral, generational, political. And as Jimmy Wanjigi said, if the people didn't approve the debt, didn't benefit from it, and didn't authorize it, then maybe, just maybe, they shouldn't be forced to repay it.
What is not in our laws is what is called odious debt. And if we analyze that, that means we have no debt. And without debt, that means you can free up the taxpayer from paying debt. This last year, we have paid 1.866 to debt. Imagine what can happen in terms of development in Kenya.
Absolutely.
So ask yourself, Kenya, what exactly did Ruto give away in your name? And when will you say enough is enough?